Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Unit 5, Part B. Physiological changes. In postnatal period, physiological changes can be also said like reproductive system changes because postnatal that is almost related to the delivery process, that is nothing but reproductive system changes. Okay. So here first is uterus. Uterus undergoes involution of uterus. Involution of uterus is nothing but shrinkage of the uterus. Uterus will be enlarged, right? So those coming back to the normal position, that is shrinking of uterus. Let's see the weight. At the time of pregnancy, the uterus will be enlarged and its weight will be around 900 grams, that is around 1 kg. After the delivery, it will get shrunk to the weight around 60 grams. This is the normal weight. Now let's see how the changes occurs. That is around 24 hours, around 1 day, there is no change. Okay, but from the second day to the 11th day, the fundus will start to descend. Descend in the sense it goes down. Down in the sense it starts to shrink. Per day, the uterus will shrink around 1.25 centimeter. That is, in 2 to 11 days, it will reduce around 13 centimeter. 13 centimeter. Okay. And in 11th day, from the 11th day, it will be exactly behind the symphysis. And in the second week, around second week, you will not be able to palpate the uterus. In the sense, the uterus will be in its area. It will not be perfectly in its area, but you will not be able to palpate. You can't find the uterus. It will be on its position by second week. Length. Length in the sense, this is umbilicus, okay, this length. This length will be expanded to 20 centimeter, but after the delivery, it will get shrink to 7.5 centimeter. Next, breadth. Breadth is this way. Breadth will be around 12 centimeter, but after the delivery, it will get shrink to 5 centimeter. Thickness, in the sense, the uterus thickness, it will be around 7.5 centimeter and it gets reduced to 2.5 centimeter. This all process occurs in this 2 weeks. Okay. Placental site or involution of placenta. Involution is nothing but tightening of the placental site. First of all, what is placental site? At the time of pregnancy, this placenta will be attached to the womb. That is placental site. In the time of delivery, this placenta will be removed by applying the force. So there will be an injury in the uterus layer. Okay. So that uterus layer injury will get healed in this time. That is around after delivery, around 6 weeks, this wound will be healing. It will be healed by regenerating the endometrium layer. I think you understood. And next, this is very important. When the wound occurs, when the injury occurs, you can see lochia which is formed there. That is an vaginal discharge. In this discharge, you can see there will be mix of blood and necrotic deciduals. What is decidua? Decidua is nothing but, if you see in the process of formation of baby, in uterus, there will be a cilia like structures which are being grown to protect the baby and layer around the uterus. That is decidia. This decidia after the delivery will get necrotic. Necrotic in the sense it will get dead and it will be removed after the delivery in the form of lochia and it will be mixed with blood. Almost it's equal to menstruation. Okay. Vaginal discharge after giving birth, and this discharge consists blood, mucus and uterine tissues. Okay. This is lochia and it's very important. Okay. In general, how the process occurs in the sense, the superficial layer of decidia. The superficial in the sense, the primary layer, the first layer of the decidia gets necrotic. Necrotic in the sense, they will get converted into dead cells. And then they will get swiped off. Swiped off in the sense, they will get washed off. And this is how lochia is formed. Lochia is all about 3 types. For the first 4 days, it will be in this color, that is a dark red color. And this is known as lochia rubra, and this 4 days blood consists of blood, shedded particles of fetal membrane, that is if any fetal membrane is left over in the womb, that will be swiped off, and then deciduals will be swiped off. Again, Wernicke calceosa also will be swiped off, and if any kind of remaining meconium is present in the uterus, that is also swiped off in this first 4 days, and this first 4 days blood is known as lochia rubra. And next, after that, from 5 to 10 days, the release of the fluid is known as lochia serosa. And this lochia serosa is normally pinkish color. For few, it will be from brownish to yellowish color, in that dim color. And this consists of leukocytes. If any deciduous, that is necrotic deciduous, everything will be swiped off. And next, the last, that is from 10 to 14 days, this is known as lochia alba, and this is the third stage, and after 14 days it will be completely stopped, the discharge will be stopped. And this lochia alba is in whitish yellowish color, and this is the last thing that is swiping out from the uterus, that is the leukocytes. If any mucus is present in the uterus, everything will be swiped off. After this, the uterus will be completely all right. There is no any remaining particles. The smell of the lochia is fishy in the smell, and the nature is alkaline, it is not in acidic in nature, and the amount that will be released, that is after the delivery, 250 ml of blood will be released in the form of lochia. Cervix will be flappy, loose, thin and structured because of the delivery process. And you can see there are few small tears that will be observed, and even bleeding can be seen. That's common. How it will be get cured? That is, for the first 1 week after the delivery, the cervix will be opened wider, and it will be staying wider for 1 week. That is 2 to 3 fingers you can insert inside it. By the end of the second week, that is 14th day, it will be reduced to 1 centimeter. And by the end of 6th week, it will be back to normal. Back to normal in the sense before pregnancy stage. But one thing to remember, parox cervix can never be non-parox cervix, in the sense the cervix which is present before the delivery can never be achieved after the delivery. Okay. Vagina is poorly toned, and the vascularity and edemas can be seen. Vascularity in the sense the veins will be visible, and edema is also quite common, and this both will be reduced by the 4th week. By the 6th or 10th week, the vagina will be back to normal. But one thing, after delivery, the vaginal size will be increased a bit larger than the first. Okay. Menstruation and ovulation. For non-lactating women, it will be returned by the 6th week. In the sense, after the birth of the baby, if the baby is dead or it is an abortion process, then the woman will definitely not breastfeed her baby. So that is a non-lactating woman. So for her, it will be returned, that is menstruation will be returned by the end of 6th week. For lactating women, she will get her menses in between 2nd month to 8th month. For some, even it takes 9 months to get their menstruation back. Perineum, it is the place, that is, it is a layer between the vagina and the anus. In between there is a place, no, that is perineum, and in this place you can see episiotomy, it is performed. So generally in this area, it will be edematous or edematous or uncomfortable is common. Okay. Edematous in the sense it will get swollen. Edematous in the sense, there will be a scar. Red blood cells will be formed in the fiber forms. That is edematous, and generally uncomfortable and pain is common in this area. In breast, you can see the first thing is colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk that is produced in the woman, and it will be secreted for first few days. And then day by day, the production of prolactin hormone in our body will be increased. It indicates the milk production will also be increasing. And it indicates physiologically there will be an engorgement. Engorgement in the sense the breast will get enlarged. It will increase in size. These are the changes or physical adaptation that is seen. Questions will be provided at the end of the chapter. Until then, stay tuned. Bye.